Hello, everybody. Happy Tuesday. There I was, just sitting there minding my own business as I was breaking things in the background. Then I got a notification to say that the Mitsubishi MU-2 has just released. That's right, friends. It's available now from the InSim marketplace. So I thought to myself, I'm going to check it out. Might as well stream it. Do you know? Maybe you're on the way home from work. Maybe you have to go to work. Or maybe you're on the DOS. And, we'll have a now look to see what this is, right? Isn't it mad? It's finally after coming out. And it's called a Mitsubishi. So they must have got the old green light from, you know, the lads at Mitsubishi, right? So I hope you're all keeping very well indeed. Well, we'll start off, like, it's a gawk, isn't it? It's to see what this thing is all about. What it can do, how it looks, how it flies, how it sounds, what are the features like. And as I said, it's a brand new release. If you are one of the premium deluxe owners of Microsoft Flight Simulator, well, you'll find a hefty discount, $9.99, I believe it was, or it's $14.99, or then it's, 20 quid after that as well. Come on yourself, 6 knots, good to see you. Welcome in, everybody. Devil Judas here, Muse Fan, welcome in. Wayland Tutani, Tripwired, Husker 2, I'm on Crown, Sterling, 6 knots, of course. MCP is in the house. B-Scan, good to see you. Now, let me see. Super Typhon, welcome in. Anthony D92, Infidel Fireman, howdy. Lucas is here. Dakey Decimus, good morning. Hello. Welcome in, everybody. So we're going to check it out. The first thing I noticed straight away, and you have to go digging, but there is a manual. There is a manual.
That's a big 10-4, good buddy.
There's 44 pages with it, right? Buttons are being pressed. Who's this? Altitude leaving for 6 months. Thank you very, very much indeed, man. Cheers. So this is interesting, right? A 44-page manual. And Innie Bills, of course, are the creator of this aircraft in Microsoft Flight Simulator. So we're going to have a quick look. Well, the MU-2, it's a twin-engine turboprop high-wing utility aircraft developed and produced by the Japanese industrial conglomerate of Mitsubishi Heavy Industries. The aircraft took its maiden flight on September 14th, 1963, and entered full-scale production later that year. A total of 704 airframes were manufactured between 1963 and 1986, right? Now, I won't read down through everything and spoil it for you, right? It comes with there's a handful of liveries. There's like 3, and then the rest of them are like the default Microsoft ones. But I imagine there's going to be a lot more, right? So with Innie Bills, I mean, we're expecting kind of good things here, right? Because you can interact with the cockpit. I've seen a teeny tiny little EFB, more functions. And what else do we need to see here now? Important notes. Okay, so the aircraft uses the new fluid dynamics, all right, by design. So you can enable 2 options: assistance, auto rudder, and assisted takeoff. Yeah, we'll leave them off. Just whether you want rudder now, leave them off. So the specs: cruise speed will get 205 knots out of this thing at an maximum altitude of 25,000 feet, range 540 nautical miles. It's not terribly big, lads. This is quite a small airplane. It comes with a small little EFB. We're going to have a look at that here now in a moment. What else do we have? We'll go through the settings and all that jazz here as well. We also have an option between a classic or a modern cockpit, which is kind of cool, right? Look, you have a man kind of a scope on the classic one. And then you have a GNS system on the modern one. That's kind of nice. Radio switches and inverters must be on for the modern instruments to work. Fair enough. We'll figure it out. We'll try and break it. Passenger or cargo variants. It comes with 2 variants, depending on what you want to do in the plane. Do you know what I mean? We'll have a look at all this now. Testing the light functionality. So we have test the lights. We'll figure that out when we're in the plane. Radio and transponder. This could be fun. You can either use the InSim ATC window, frequencies and squawk code, or manually tune them based on instructions given by the InSim ATC, or even VATSIM or IVAO, or Pilot Edge, I imagine. Now, what else do we have? The classic radio panel. Would you look at the state of this? Look. Oh, yes. Very confusing. Brilliant. And then we have the classic transponder, which is down here in the lower right. Oh, it's okay. A weather radar. It features a weather radar located in the classic cockpit. This will detect any anomalous weather ahead of the aircraft. That'll be interesting if this fully works, wouldn't it? They made the small MU-2, which is the fastest model, reaching nearly 600 kilometers. What? That's awesome. Hey, Fred is here. It's good to see you. Welcome in, everyone. Dennis over on YouTube. Hello, Dennis. Good to see you, man. Welcome in. So then we have the modern radio stuff. A GMA 345 that looks to be modelled here as well, including our comms 1, 2, and 3, which is handy. Modern GTX transponder unit. Yeah, we know how they work. Does it have a function? It probably will, so it'll show density altitude. Yes, it does. What else does it have? Modern GNS 530. Perfect. I like the way they've explained what everything is. An awful lot of people, me included, wouldn't know fully every single ins and outs of this. It's always kind of, let's go trial by error. Do you know what I mean? The autopilot, now this is going to be fun. It has a fully working autopilot system, whereby the panel is located on the center console under the trim. For track mode to work, a valid route must be set in the aircraft. Right. We'll have to see how that goes. It does have heading mode, which is a good, track mode, which is nav hold. Right, okay, we'll figure that one out when we're in there. Cockpit layout, we'll figure that one out when we're in. Electrical, we'll figure that one out when we're in. The master switches and the EFB, okay, we can see where they are. First officer side, air conditioning, cabin altitude, nice, that appears to be done. The overhead panel, nice. We'll figure out all this. Jesus, then, look at the throttle. Oh, be God, then. Loads of buttons, lads. Hey, Nico's here. Good to see you, man. From Flight Effects. Nico, I saw your message and I just hit go live when I saw your message. But we'll chat. We'll chat. What else now? Operations and techniques. Battery. Okay, so we got some simplified procedures. Nice. And probably emergency procedures at the end. And it also comes with a QRC. So your checklist, effectively. So good work, Bills. This is a nice bit of stuff, isn't it? So we'll move this over to the side. Let's go in and have a look at it, lads. Let's go in and have a now look, right? So, there we go now. It's all grand and wonderful. So this is the exterior of this aircraft, the MU-2, the Mitsubishi MU-2. What do you think? It looks very pretty. It's very small, but very pretty, isn't it? So I've gone with, there's a couple of different liveries. You'll see it when you get it, no doubt. There's like 3 civilian ones, I suppose, and then there's the Microsoft liveries down on top of that, right? It looks very pretty though, but it's not very, very big. I thought this thing was bigger, actually. It does look nice though. Jesus, the detail that any bills go into, it's fantastic, isn't it? Go up here now, look. Let's have a look at the old light here. One is assuming that's a tip tank for the fuel. Man alive, look at the little reflection on the outer glass of the lens there, look. Oh, yes. Yeah, that's very tidy. We like that. Okay, moving on here now. Let's have a look at the old leading edge of the wing. And again, it's all about details, lads, isn't it? So are they boots? They look like they're boots. More so than kind of anti-ice. Wouldn't it be? But again, it's done very, very well. Onto the engine then, looking at the prop. Props look the job. Hartzell props. Jeez, look at the dirt and grime getting in at the intake, look. God almighty. And we can actually see the fan in there, look. That's awesome. Look at the gleam. Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? Very, very nice. See how the look at that. See the way like the cockpit kind of glare shield, or I don't think it's a door. We'll double check it. I don't think it is though. See the way it sticks out. That's interesting. Let's have a look at the old landing gear for the old attention to detail here. Not too bad at all. Yes, that's quite nice. Great textures on the tires there, isn't there? Jesus, look at the detail on the tires. Nice. They're tubeless tires, lads, just so we know. If you're over on YouTube, you're getting this in 4K, by the way, so that could be all sorts of nice. But I think Twitch is an awful lot faster. So yeah, these are they're nice engines, aren't they? So I have it set up as a cargo variant. Oh wow, look at the textures back here, look. Yes. Wonder what this thing is going to sound like. Let's hope it's good. We'll go into the cabin here now in a moment. It's more just checking out kind of just the finer details outside. So the main landing gear, plenty of attention to detail here, look. Jeez, they've done a good job. Look at this. Everything appears to be where it's supposed to be. Very nice. I like the way it's not spotlessly clean. There's good texture work here. In fact, there's very good texture work here. And you can see the rivets and all that jazz as well. What do you think? It's pretty, isn't it? Extra points for an honest-to-God cargo version of a GA plane. That's awesome. Absolutely. Look at it, lads. It's pretty cool looking, isn't it? Look at the profile of the thing. Like, look at the wings. The wings are absolutely massive. They're huge. Absolutely friggin' massive wings. It's very pretty. Hey, Damn It Jim is here. Good to see you. I've been reading a book on the history of lubricants. It's a non-friction book. And Jim. That's very good. Okay, so, well, from the exterior, lads, I don't see any issues. Initially, this looks fairly good now, I have to say. Very good. If they get the sounds right, be ready for your ears. Absolutely. Absolutely. Tarmo, good to see you. Welcome in. Okay, we're looking good here, lads. Right, let's ramble into the cabin, shall we? See what happens here. Colin Matter, good to see you. Is this available? It's available now. It's outside of the beta. You can pick it up now. It's in the marketplace. Takes ages to download, but it's available. So this is the cargo variant I've opted for, and well, we'll see what. Yeah, there we go. Oh, there's sounds inside. That's just the sound of the wind hitting off the fuselage. That's interesting. We'll change it around to some of the other variants here now in a moment. So this is the cargo variant. Rough and ready, right? Nice textures here. Jeez, the textures are very good, lads. Even the carpet. Oh, look at the carpet. Look at the state of the carpet, lads. Jeez, look at the detail. Would you look at the detail on the carpet? You just want to take your socks off and kind of do this with your toes. Don't tell me you don't do it. I know you do. I do it, sure. You know. You just don't tell anyone. Wait, we've just told everyone. Never mind. Right, we'll meander here. How do the... Are they doors then? Are they? Maybe they are, maybe they aren't. We'll figure this one out now together. Oh, they are doors. Most unusual. So this is the flight deck cockpit, whatever your persuasion is. And man alive, look at the yokes. They're like straight out of like DeLorean country, aren't they? There's our overhead then as well. Nice. But is there a jacks and does it flush? Most probably not, Muse fan. Probably not, but sure, listen. Now, do they have some custom views set up outside? They do, lads, they do. Bonus points here for actually using the custom views. Well done, Any Bills. That's a nice view there, look. Right, time to jump in and have an old gawk. I did open the back door. So I'll go over here now and close the back door. Actually, hang on, can we open these doors? Nothing opens on that side. Right, okay. Does the pilot door open? Ah. There's no clickety-click for the pilot door, look. It doesn't even look like it is a door, though. Is it a door? It looks like a door. What's it say? Lights. Okay, there's a lot of buttons. Okay, none of the circuit breakers are working, unfortunately. Door motor. Yes, there is an EFB for all the PMDG lovers out there, yes. It comes complete with an EFB, but not much, you know. Let's... Well, the doors work. That's always a good sign, isn't it? Right, okay, let's give me back into the cockpit here. Textures are nice, lads, aren't they? Now, I need to set up views. So we'll call this... Jesus, I don't know. We'll call this one that one. And then this one can be looking out the window. Hang on a second now. There's the right. Jesus. I'm liking the cut of this thing. I've been messing around with a bit of coding today, lads. Bit of messing, right? And Muse fan, if you're present, I want you to do me a favour, and this should only work for Muse fan, and there's going to be no hands here. Muse fan, I want you to type in !left into the chat there for me. Will you try that? My hands are here now. So Muse, you need to type in !left. I'm hoping this works. It may not work. My coding sense is telling me it should work though. And next thing Muse is going to tell me he's nowhere near a computer. He's probably on the... It worked. Muse, I want you to press outside. There's science going on here now, lads. There's science. Colonel Fork is here. Good to see you. Outside. No hands now. Wait to see this. I can show you there's no hands or feet here now. This should work though. Do you know what I mean? It even changed the friggin' scene.
Dreamy, sleepy, nighty, snoozy, snooze.
Who turned off me lights? Right, that stuff I'm working on. Myself and Gibbo were flat out earlier on, and I went live trying to press buttons. Right, Muse, don't press that else again. Right, now, it's only Muse has the power there at the moment. But we were trying that earlier on. Now, where's this? Oh yeah, right. So we need to get our views set up, lads. Our views. So there's 1, 2, 3. Right, something down here in the ground, and there we need to look at. No, but there is stuff over here we need to look at. So we'll go number 2. We appear to be in the modern variant. Screw that. We want the oldie version of it. So I suppose, hang on, this would be a better one for 2, and then we'll do number 3 up here. All right. And then I'm going to move forward here. Oh, Jesus. Move forward here. Man, look at the detail on the glare shield. Look at that, lads. It's seen better days. I love that. The FB is in the phone, yes. Hey, Muttley, good to see you. I'm still in work. You just got me before I logged out. Mind yourself, Muse. We'll see you in a bit. Okay, so let's go down here to our EFB. So, departure and arrival. What can we do here? Update. Update. Okay, map. Oh, look, there's a map. Let's go home. Settings. Glass cockpit, yes or no? I take it that's just changed it to the old cockpit. So if we say no... Ah, look at that, lads. And it sounds of glass. Right, we want that one. Variant. Do we want it here as a passenger or cargo? Let's look at the passenger variant of this airplane, shall we? Oh, that's very plush. Oh, Jesus, look at this. Yes. Now, this is nice. Does that work? Oh, it does! You wouldn't trust it. You wouldn't want to put much weight in it, but it works. Look at the fancy curtains, look. Oh, it's very nice back here, I have to say, isn't it? We're liking this. We're liking this, lads. Not the most scenic place to be sitting in, mind you. You don't really have a nice view, but it's nice. What do you think? So we can go passenger or cargo. I like that. Click of a button. So back down here to our EFB. I'll put it back on cargo. Now configuration. Takeoff configuration. Landing configuration. I'm unsure what that's actually doing. Who knows? Who knows? Right, we'll leave that there. Map or settings. So that was the settings. So it's saying update departure, update arrival. I'm unsure where it's getting that information from, lads. So you'll have to forgive me for that one. Right. Who be this? Skelly, it's good to see you. Ivan007, welcome in. Does it have the 750? Ivan, who's over on YouTube. It does not, I'm afraid. No. David RM is here. Hi there, plane ready to buy in the marketplace. I'm joined. Welcome in. Yes, it is available. It is available in the InSim marketplace right now. Right, so let's set our fuel here. Let's see what we're dealing with. Ash, our London controller just rambled in the door. How are you, Jamie? How are you, lads? You're very welcome aboard. We're here taking a first look at this. This is the Mitsubishi MU-2, just released about 14 minutes ago. Right place and right time in all of this. I've literally just hopped into it. This aircraft is built by Builds, and it actually comes with a fairly decent manual, 44 pages of a manual, explaining you what to do and, what not to do. And then we have a quick reference guide here for a checklist, essentially. They're your checklists, right? So back, we'll get an idea of how this happens. Jamie, thank you very much indeed for the raid. Very, very kind of you, my dude. Hope you had a great stream. And welcome in to everyone coming in from London Controller's stream. I hope you had great fun today. I haven't flown it yet. Right, so we need to see what's going to happen. I'll either get it off the ground or, the price. So I have the premium deluxe version of the sim, so you get a discount. So it was €9.99 for me, $9.99. So depending on what you have, it's probably 15 quid or 14.99. It depends. You get a discount if you were either on the deluxe or premium deluxe. If you're just a standard version, it's probably full price, but I still think it's like 15 quid or something. You know what I mean? Not yet. Soon. Brilliant. Either off the ground or into the ground. It'll be one or the other. Right, so I was just showing everyone here, you can have either the old version, and this here is a big massive weather scope, right? And then you have all your radios, your transponder stuff is down here. It has cabin pressure, so cabin rate and all the doohickey. We'll have to look after all of this. Why is that turning on? Hang on a second now, lads. Interface. Disable. Here we go. Just make sure it's all doing what it should be doing. What else do we need to have here? Just a bit of kind of familiarization. So, there, condition levers? Yes. Ow, me hand. Did you hear that? I've just bashed my arm off my own microphone, lads. It's a rookie mistake. I hate to see it. I'll stay here for the moment. I try not to cry. Right, okay, so we have start, reverse, idle. Okay, we need to be careful with that. Because we don't want to start the aircraft going backwards. Do you know what I'm saying? Down here then is an autopilot. It's a glorified gyro pilot, but we can see that we have a master switch, engage, heading capture, track, GS, glide slope, altitude, elevator, rudder. And it's saying if you want to follow the capture mode, I think you need to have a flight kind of wired into it from the main menu. That's the park and brake. Looks good. Trim wheel indicating 0. Nice. I like the way that moves. That's pretty, isn't it? Yes. The textures on this are fantastic. Now, let's zoom in here a little bit and then we come down to here. So, okay, we're looking at our fuel. So we have electrical amp meters here, DC generators, inverters. We have our fuel tanks, tip tanks. What's this now? The outer tank. Interesting. So it looks like you would pump the tip tanks into the main tanks and then they go into the engine. That's what it looks like. You have a key over here to turn on the battery. Interesting. Then we also have some controls down here. And this appears to be your radio or your avionics. So they were both on. We're going to leave them off here for the moment. Circuit breakers aren't modelled, unfortunately. Now let's look at our normal 6-pack here. So we have airspeed, attitude, altitude, vertical speed, HSI, kind of, VOR, possibly. What's this now? Outside air temperature. I like that gauge. Radar, altitude. You gotta love a steam gauge, though. You know, it's just, you need a now steam gauge in your life. There's still hope for us mere mortals, right? Anyway, torque pressure, exhaust temperature, fuel flow, engine RPM, oil temperature. Of course, it's a twin engine. We have a number of annunciator lights here for our landing gear. Thank you for the follow, JB. Welcome in. And then we have our radio communications, transponder, and then we have our first officer side. Anything different? No. Purely, this guy's going to be looking after the air conditioning and cabin pressurization, right? Adam, thank you very much indeed. Welcome in. Thank you, everyone, for rambling in and saying hello to us on this. What day is it? It's Tuesday. It's Halloween, lads. Did you notice I dressed up and everything? Who said that? Sit down there now before we hurt ourselves. Right, overhead. This is important. Anti-ice systems. Prop de-icer, yes. Engine intake heaters. Nice. Pitot, grand. The stall vane heater. A separate... For the stall vane, there's a separate heater for that. That's kind of cool. Windshield wipers, windshield anti-ice cycle. Can't do anything with that. Okay, fair enough. Thank you all for all the follows. Neo was there. I am Coob. Welcome in. Thank you very much. How fast is it going? It's not going fast at all. It will be now in a minute, we hope. Right, interior lights, exterior lights, and then our landing lights. And I imagine these sun visors can move. They can't. Oh, look at that. They're not. Look at the textures, lads. Isn't it very good, isn't it? The textures are fantastic.
Dreamy, sleepy, nighty, snoozy, snooze.
Who turned off me lights? Richie Evans. Come on, Richie. Oh, your sound, Richie, yeah. Now, engine. So we can't do... These are like the fire warning stuff, but there's no tests from what I can see. Right, let's start it off. Let's turn on the battery, shall we? It's making gyro sounds. Okay. Let's get some lights going here, lads. Nav lights, beacon light. Let's check outside. Ooh, they're landing lights. What are they doing on? Oh, look at that. They work and they tuck in, look. Ah, that's very fancy, isn't it? Why is that one on? That's a taxi light, I'd say, is it? Nav. Okay, there could be a bug. Panel light. Exterior light, strobe, nav. That's interesting. That we've one light on here at the front. That's interesting. Right, okay, well, we're all here to listen to this thing starting off, I suppose, aren't we? Do you know what I mean? So welcome in, everybody. If you're here on Twitch, you're very welcome. If you're on YouTube, you're very welcome. It's 4K on YouTube if you want to see it. And, well, I'm the same resolution. Don't worry, it's all well. Now, is there fuel valves I need to worry about? Let's have a quick look here now.
Hello there.
Engine stop. Taxi. I'll say it's effectively your condition lever. I think that's the flaps. They're the flaps. Oh, they sound great. They're all electrical. That's awesome. Brooksy, thank you very much indeed. Welcome in. It looks oddly cute though. It does, a bit like myself, Dakey. Right. No comment there, Murph. Right. So let's disappear the yoke here for the minute. DC generators, let's turn them on. Inverters. Why not? Main tanks. On. Fuel test. Outer tank. Okay. Fuel quantities were fairly okay. Big red switch, Murph. What do you need to do with that? Landing gear switch. Can we test that? Okay, we can test that anyway. That's kind of nice. Sweet, sweet. Okay, so we're going to go for the right engine here. So let's have an old gawk at this. So we're going to say we're on the ground. We're going to prime the right engine. And we'll go for a crank, I suppose. What do I need to do up here? Oh, that's all okay. We're probably forgetting something, lads. Get the inverter on. Now, are these... Hang on. They're all in the down. They're up. They're up. That's okay. I don't want to go near the avionics, though. Let's see now. Calm it all down here for a second. That goes into idle. That goes into here. Right? I see you've dressed as Pat Mustard. Can I put me giant tool in your box? Now let's have a look. Battery is off. That's okay. Engine start. Battery on, beacon, left prop lever to taxi. Alright, okay. So I have both my props are wired together, so we'll get over that now in a second, right? Let me see. Left throttle lever goes to start. Okay, so we'll put that in start, yes. Left gearing switch on ground. So we're starting the other one first. Left gearing switch on ground. Engine 1 fuel enrichment switch. I'm going to press this. Engine 1 crank switch, we're going to put it to crank. Yes. Engine starter switch. Press. There's no movement here, lads, is there? Interesting. Okay, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Main tanks are on, right? Leave the inverter off. DC gens, leave it off. We don't need it. Battery is definitely on, 100%. There more to do with the avionics. Black button. Well, that's the unfeather. Oh yeah, unfeather. Good call. Okay, let's try it now. Back here. No. Are you missing that in here? Look. There's nothing moving. Nothing talking to us. Nothing on the overhead. Only lights. We have electrical power. You can see it down here. Amps are reading 0 though. Why are they reading 0? Inverters. This is interesting. Are we out of power? Hang on a second. Let's go to our trusty gadget and try and fix it. There's sounds. You were out of power. Okay, so let me see. Start, crank switch, press. Monitor the oil, fuel flow, RPM monitor. Left-hand generator goes on, inverter goes on. We have spinach. Jeez, it sounds great, doesn't it? Yeah, battery's flat. Oh, that sounds kind of nice. Right, we shall repeat the process. And let's have a look. Tip tank, generators. Yeah, that's all looking good. Inverter, right prop, taxi, that's all done. Engine 2 enrichment. We did that. There she goes. Good sounds, lads, isn't there? All right. Very good sounds. Okay, quick check here. So, crank switch, crank, that's all okay. Engine start, monitor oil, that's okay. Generators come to on. Monitor EGTs, crank switch, check to run. Yes. And then gearing switches go to save. Or save. Okay. Now, avionics. Let's have a quick look. Inverter is on. DC is on. Battery's on. Let's have a look down here. Okay, yeah. That is definitely the avionics. Is that a weather radar scope? It is. It is. Okay, let's see here. So how does one turn this gadget on? Oh, everything's turned on here, so let's just see what happens. Standby on. Okay. I've no lights flashing though. That's interesting, isn't it? Anything else on the electrical side? We definitely have electrical power, look. Amps are where they need to be. Let's see here now. Look at the ADFs, that's so cool. Inverter main on. Inverter needs to be on. Okay, so this doesn't appear to be working just yet. Circuit breakers don't seem to work. No. Unfortunately, well, the ones I've gone near don't seem to work. If you mouse over them, like there's nothing. Nothing. Like even the annunciator panel, like I've nothing coming up here, look. The battery definitely works. Oh, did that kill the engine? Keep that where it is. Let's have a now listen outside. I hear you, but your lips are moving. I hear you, but your lips aren't moving on YouTube. Really? We definitely have electrical power. We just don't have anything going into the scope here. Interesting. That's your altimeter, or that's your transponder, so we can leave that alone, right? We'll leave it on 7,000. This fella here. I'm trying to see, there are rotary switches on this, but that's for the tilt, right? That's just gain. Maybe it needs weather to come alive. Because like if there's nothing there, it's not going to show you anything, right? Let's test this by changing the weather very quickly. Go back into this for a second. Fuel level is grand. Battery is now 100%. That's what we want. Let's just change the weather to see, will this give us a bit of a read, will we? Huzzah! Weather radar working. So it's reading. You need weather, essentially. Now here's one for you. The wipers, right? Wiper. Unfortunately, they don't wipe the old rain away. Ah, well. Chase, it's very dark in here, though. Oh, wait. There we go. The lights are a little bit funny, lads. Now we're talking. Look at that. There's a bug there with the lights. They need to be on more than kind of 70%. Right, hang on a second. So that's the gain. Bring this back a bit. That turns it off. That's standby. And let's change the tilt. Okay. Right, at least we know it works. Now, what we're saying, engine intake, turn them off. De-icer to turn that off. We'll put the weather back to something a little bit more kind of nice, will we? There we go. And the scope can't find any more. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. All right, okay. Right, so let's do a thing. Parking brake coming off. Oh Jesus, she wants to move already. Easy now, Betsy. I suspect that'll be down here. Look. There we go. Okay, so not to flaps. Sounds are very good. It's kind of nice. Beta works. Try reverse. So that's it in beta mode. So not enough to reverse the plane, but enough to slow you down. Alright, easy way forward here again. Okay, so let me see. All the lights are on. I probably need to feather the prop a little bit, maybe. I'm a simple man. I see a functional weather radar and I get happy. Bug Eater, good to see you. If you look at the small tablet on the left window, you can change out the glass cockpit for the 530, which replaces. That's correct. Have a look at this, lads, yeah? So if you go to settings, you can change this out. So this is like the olden day, and then we go glass, and it puts in a GNS 530. You know, but I like, let's go with a look at the old stuff for the minute, just to see what we can do, right? Now, it's a day one release, so like if there's any bugs or whatever, you know, like it'll be updated. Let's hope there's no major bugs. It's a bit tricky to get started, but more than likely, lads, that's my own doing. You know what I mean? Right, okay, so let's have a quick walk down here. So, we're saying these now go air, is it? Flaps are already set. We're in taxi. Takeoff. Fuel flow is rising. Okay. Warhamster is here and he says, in a fit of madness, I'm about to reinstall Windows. Jesus, Sammy. Right, lads, let's see what happens here. Andrew, yeah, if your radar is blank, turn on some weather. Rain, it'll come alive. It seems to be on precip. Okay, off the brakes. And power coming in. Okay, take out power set. Speed alive. There's 100. Yep, see Daisy. Whoa. Positive rate of climb. Jesus, the noise of that. Did you hear the noise that gave? Alright, flaps in. Okay, let's just see if we can get into like a bit of a stable climb here. That's fairly stable. Look at the detailing, it's nice, isn't it? How hard is it to keep the centre line? Not hard. Look at that exhaust temperature, that's skyrocketing. Man alive, look at that prop. What a great view. Right, let's go external here. The sounds. It's not bad. The sounds are definitely better inside. Right, get rid of these landing lights. Everything else can stay as they are. Prop de-icer, windshield anti-ice. Prop de-icer current, so you can see the load that's already on it. So we turn it off. Right, it's off. Okay, it seems to be working. Let's have a look at the old autopilot. So we'll turn on the autopilot master switch. It locks everything in, so it's like an anti-roll maybe. Now let us go for altitude hold. Vertical speed should lock. Let's give it a moment. Let's see if we can get a new heading here to turn us right. So over to 030 degrees, let's say heading. Okay, so how do we zero this guy? Because he's way off. That's interesting. There's 03 now. Okay. And verified. Sweet. Okay, so if we put our course in, let's say we want to head east, 090. It's doing its best holding the altitude as well. That's kind of interesting. Okay, so we'll do a right turn over to 090. Okay, she's doing it well. Autopilot servos are definitely working. Let's have a quick look down here. Track. Elevator. Okay, so there's no vertical speed capture, but you would basically just pitch up or pitch down and hold that pitch. Yeah? It's not bad. Carib Aviator, good to see you. I'll probably pass on this one. I'll end up spending more time in the M500. Yes. Yeah, I tried the D key, 100%. I've tried the D key. Yeah, so FS Reborn's aircraft is due to come out, I think, next Thursday. Or this Thursday coming, lads. IAS mode or just V-speed? No, none of them. But if we wanted to, for example, if we wanted to change, right, take it out of altitude and we'll trim up here. So we're putting in elevator trim. See the way our vertical speed is now rising? And to how much that's going to try and maintain, that'll depend on the number of clicks. So that was about, what, 5 clicks to get it to 1,000? That's not bad. We ain't going to break any land speed records with this one, lads, but it's nice. So it can do some sort of a vertical climb. Lock back into autopilot or into altitude, and that should give us an altitude hold, which it is. Okay, so let's have a look at the engines. Are they behaving? So torque looks okay, temperatures are okay, fuel flow. This is a thirsty machine. Prop RPM is high and our oil temperature, so we can probably dip this back into cruise. So there's cruise. Doesn't seem to be doing much to our fuel flow. I don't know what... That doesn't seem to be doing anything. That's your flaps over here. Well, now, what do we have? Air conditioner, right. Turn it on, sure. Ram air. Get it in. Now, cabin altitude. 4,000 feet. Hang on, how do we change this one? Depressurize the cabin before landing. So, 4,000 feet is where we're at, and that's telling me the cabin pressure. That seems a bit high, doesn't it? So, cabin altitude setting. So we'll get it from this here. So it'll tell us basically when you get, or when you achieve that certain altitude, that's the pressure in the cabin. Hey, Ian Fisher's here. Good to see you. It sings classic heading gauges like how B sings Sparrow. Yeah, the D key. Yes, correct. Okay. Well, it is rising, which is a good thing, and the needle is moving, albeit slowly, but it is moving. There's great, Jesus, there's great texture work in this, isn't there? Seems a little bit basic-y, if we can even call it basic-y. There's floodlights there. How do you turn them on? Interesting. Okay, she's behaving anyway. That's the main thing. Right, let's see. We'll check out some of the old exteriors here as we kind of take it for an old spin here across Kerry. So where am I going? Who's in charge? Where are we flying to, lads? This is only a quick stream, but where are we going? Seriously, let's fly it to somewhere far. I'm gonna bring up Navigraph here so I can see what we're actually doing. Let's see here now. Ah, yes. Okay, so we'll head up towards Shannon here. That's the handiest, right? So we'll go back down. We'll head kind of north from here, lads. Over to 360 degrees. Bring this devil in that way. Yes, yes. And I suppose we'll just kind of have an old, you know, we'll check out the old sights. What does this one do? This could work. This could work.
message for you, Murph.
Sterling with the on-screen alerts coming in from Gibbo. What's the tune? It's the blind harpoonist, I think. Wasn't a bad one, was it? Right, I want to check out the night lighting here. And we do one of these. Jays, that was bad. Hang on a second. Jays, the music, Murphy. You used to be good at this. That'll work. Ooh. So I've noticed already, right? With the nighttime lighting, it's showing that the landing light is on in the nose. It's like we have a big, massive searchlight because I can't turn off the right-hand light. It is interesting. Let's get these landing lights completely on. Oh, look at that. So what do you think, lads? I mean, it's not bad looking. Alright, so while we're flying Shannon here, we'll take it in for a quick landing. I suppose it kind of boils down to the price, lads. Is the middle marker working anyway? I think it boils down to the price, right? So I mean, it's you know, it's $10 or it's $15, you know what I mean? I don't know. Torben is here, good to see you, man. Hello, over to the camp of YouTube. Calling from Denmark. Hello from Tipperary. Hope you're keeping very well indeed. So lads, this is it. It's a first look at the Mitsubishi MU-2. It's built by Bills. It's, you know, it goes through a Sobo. Sounds aren't bad. They're a little bit quiet on the outside. Like they're decent enough inside, right? Now we'll take it out of autopilot because we'll take it in for a landing. Let's have a look here now. So we'll just deactivate the autopilot. And we're just going to hand fly this now, see how it behaves, right? Dougal, good to see you. Even the heading doesn't work. What do you mean the heading doesn't work? The heading does work. So we're currently, let's go to 300 degrees, look. I'm going to turn on the autopilot. And we're going to go for heading mode. No hands. Heading works. Take it through the Mac loop. Sounds could definitely do with being ramped up a bit. I think so. I think so. Internally, the end of the sound seems decent. It does. It's a nice place to kind of sit, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? It only works with a mouse. You're using the Bravo, Andrew, are you? Oh, I see what you mean. Yes. So you can only interact with the heading based on moving the mouse. It won't allow you to use external controls to move it. Gotcha. Same with all the autopilot controls. That's interesting. So that renders you, if you have something like a Bravo or even the Turtle Beach, that'll kind of knacker the game in you. Do you know what I mean? Look at this. Button's being pressed over here. Thank you for subscribing, Hunter Hill, over on YouTube. Thank you very much. Right, okay, we're going to take it out of autopilot, so I'm going to hand fly it. Just to see what, she's capable of doing. Alright. You have multiple devices. For a tenner, it's brill, says Stephen. Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like, it's cheap and cheerful, right? Right, so let's see what it can do. So, Shanna's behind. I really like the textures. Visually, they've done a great job. Look at the dirt and grime in the windows, lads. I mean, you can see that, yeah? That's fantastic, look. That's really nice. Okay, so we'll throttle back. And inside, it's not bad, right? How much did it cost? It cost me $9.99. But that's because I have the premium deluxe, so it's going to be somewhere between $10 and probably 15, I think. It definitely needs a bit of a patch, and that's mainly to do with, if you have peripheral or other peripherals that don't kind of directly interact with this, mainly the autopilot. You have to use it manually with a mouse. You know what I mean? But I like, visually it's stunning. And the sounds inside are quite good. A hand fly is fairly nice as well. There's nice sounds in here. Nice response on the rudder. Okay, what's our altitude? About 3,000 feet? Let's see, can we bring it into a bit of a stall? There's a warning. Hold the nose. Want to be more aggressive than that, I'd say. Let's try that again. There's no prop sync. Okay, throw it right up this time. There you go. I hold it there and see what happens. It's 100. There's a warning. I've no shake or roll or anything. 50. Not too sure about the stall. Peter, good to see you. $9.99 if you're premium deluxe, says Sherwin. That's it. Hey, Zybot, good to see you. Drunken Simon is here, welcome in. How does she handle with like a power on stall? Like, we're getting the stall warning. It flies nice, like, the elevator and roll, there's nothing exaggerated from what I can feel. We'll see how it reacts now to, like, excessive drag, right? So speed is 120, gear full flaps, let's see what happens. Hear that sound? That's interesting. When the gear is very close, maybe like part of the undercarriage is exposed or something, I don't know. So there's full flap and gear down. Looks pretty. Let's check out the animations. Gear up, flaps in. Yeah, there's a sound bug there, lads. So I imagine it's because the gears are turning into the wind. They were trying to say, yeah, that's just the sound of more, you know, drag or whatever. But if I drop the gear now, you'll hear that other noise. We found a bug. We found a bug. But it's grand. It's very pretty though, isn't it? Look at this. We need better sounds outside. Hey, Banda's good to see you. Right, so I'm going to try and take this in for a landing. Now, yeah, we're all over the shop. Let's see what happens here. So I drop the gear. Here's that weird noise again, but that's okay. We go full flaps. I'm going for an L runway 06 here into Shannon. It's very stable in the air. Very stable. There's lovely animations in behind the engine as well. I mean, you can see the fan spinning like a divil. It's visually stunning. I think they've done a great job. The model, the texturing, it's all bang on, lads. It's bang on. And like the dirt and grime on the main windshield, it's fantastic. Hey, Corral is here. Good to see you. All right. Let's see how it handles a landing. By the way, lads, if you're liking this stream, do be sure to hit the little like button and consider subscribing. If you're here on Twitch, do be sure to hit the follow button. I usually live stream every Monday, Wednesday and Friday at 2000 Zulu time. You wouldn't know what we'd be getting up to. Alright, there's 100 knots. We're below the glide. I'm not too worried. This is more for airliners. We can kind of just creep in here. Okay, so prop is full. A little bit low on my seat. That fixes that. You're saying the defroster doesn't work, Andrew? The anti-ice? Or the... Well, just a defroster. Sepluka, good to see you. Is this live either? No, no. I'll try one live either now in a sec. Alright, let's see what happens here, right? We're full flaps here as well. Hand flying it is nice. Okay, hold the nose. Chase, she wants to drop. Okay, so there's the reversers. Or, you know, beta mode. Torque pressure doesn't climb an awful lot. Arva 44, thank you very much indeed. 8 months, man. Cheers. Okay, out of beta. Bring the prop down a little bit. We'll stay in the runway. Okay, we'll get the flaps in. Right, we'll give it all sorts of crazy weather, shall we? So we're saying the icing effects. So let's go into... I think it's under assistance, isn't it? Aircraft systems, no. Failure and damage. Icing effects. Visual or on? We'll just set it to visual. What's this? Put it to on. We want to make sure that the aircraft can actually fix it. Okay, icing effects on, right? And as we're sitting here on the runway, let's change the weather completely. Time of day back a bit. Rex, AccuSeason, they have their own presets. They're not bad, right? Divine Snowfront? Want something a bit more hardy than that. Heavenly Winter. Oh, we need a bit of precip, lads. Snow overcast? Jesus, that's proper overcast. Right, get the old snowage up here. Let's play with the weather. Coverage. Oh, look at that. Density. Right, here's the snow coming in. Just a thin layer. Alright. So we're expecting to see things starting to ice up here shortly. If they have it modelled, you don't need to actually pull the power before you touch down. The thrust is what keeps the tail authority. Once you pull the thrust, you lose authority. It actually felt like that's what happened, Scott. Murph, all good. I'm going to test the Dash 7 tomorrow. I am, Mr. Scoo, I am. Okay, so outside air temperature, it's falling. It's in the zeros. It's in the minus figures. We can change this. Let's have a look. Temperature -4 degrees. 30 below. Bring it into ice pilot's territory. Okay, now what are the engines doing? They don't really mind that it's this cold. At least the thermometer's working. Okay, we'll take her flying and see what happens. Watch the flaps. Power coming in. Alright, let's see what happens here, lads. Come on now, whoopsie daisy. Not the easiest to take off, funny enough, but let's see what happens here now, right? Weather radar's gone kaput, but it's purely looking at, whatchamacallit? Precip. Hey, good to see you. Now, I'm not the, you know... We should be picking up icing. Surely we're picking up all sorts of stuff. Nothing? Interesting. Outside air temperature? -30. Well, now that's definitely interesting. Let's see if anything freezes. Too cold? Yeah, but I was expecting the airframe to freeze. You know what I mean? Let's go -4. There we go. The wind is calm as well. Shh, shh, fish now. Okay, now here we go. Starting to get icing now. And that took a while. Let's see. Dip her down a little bit. Engines don't seem to mind it too much. There's trick-or-treaters knocking on her house. It's hilarious. Whoa! Something went terribly wrong there. Easy now. Still no ice. Am I missing something? Andrew, are you getting ice effects on the aircraft? It is hot, like I can see it on the windshield, but it's just very slow. Are we giving them miniature gin bottles? Yeah, no, I have it off minus 30. It's like minus 5 now. There is ice building up on the windshield. You can see it. Holy crap. Okay, the plane has done something ridiculous. Get out of that, you devil. Instruments are still working. I've the pitot heat turned off. There's the windshield starting to frost up. Doesn't seem to be visual on the outside yet. Go into dev mode, maybe? Can you de-ice the windscreen? Windshield anti-ice. No, there's no button for it. Windshield anti-ice. Doesn't work, look. Doesn't appear to be modelled. That's weird, isn't it? At least the wipers work. Ice light for the wing. So you have a de-icer just for the wing. Nothing for the nothing for the windshield. That's kind of odd. Hang on, can we turn on dev mode from here? Dev mode. Turn on dev mode. And then what are we saying? The slider for whatchamacallit? Let's see. Tools. Behaviors, is it? Options. Windshield rain. Windshield rain. Okay. Where's the ice, though? Aircraft. Collisions, no. Where does this one live? Debug the weather. This aircraft is encrypted. Okay. Tools. Above windshield rain. Ah, sorry, icing. Full whack there now, Julia. That's full icing. That's all you get, lads. That's all the icing you get. That's kind of weird, isn't it? The plane reacted, though? Did it? Ah, look here, now we're working. Aha! Yeah, it does. The plane does react. I've lost control of my ailerons and that. Yeah, it does work. If it's completely frosted over, you lose all control. Nothing's working. I'm moving everything. That's pretty cool. How can we lock that at full? Doesn't want to stay there. Turn off this gear. Right. Yeah, she's fully iced up. I almost have no control. Almost. Turn on all her stuff. Jesus, it gets rid of it fairly quick, doesn't it? Okay, it's not too bad. It's not too bad, but like, there's no windscreen de-icer. Or demister even, for that weather. Or for that reason. Interesting. Well, it is what it is. But there we have it, lads. A first look at the Mitsubishi MU-2 for Microsoft Flight Simulator. It's just been released. No doubt there'll be the odd update here and there, but it is a very, very nice looking airplane. Sounds are pretty nice on the inside. It hand flies really well. A little bit tricky to actually take off in it because you need to put in a lot of elevator. A lot. And then you got to be careful that you don't kind of, you know, scratch it. But I don't know. I think for the price, I think this is good. I genuinely think it's good. She's a nice little plane. There's one in X-Plane, the MU-2 and that. I watched Conti flying that. There's a lot more going on with that aircraft. But this one, it's not bad. I probably broke everything. There's no way to get rid of the the ice off the front though. So either that switch hasn't been implemented for the windshield, because there is no click spot there. They need to fix that. You know what I mean? Yeah, boss, good to see you. I have a question. So far when I push the engine start button, the spinny bits don't spin. They will after a while. So when you press it, you press one of these gadgets here, you just kind of sit and wait. Make sure that you have the fuel enrichment on, it's unfeathered, you're in ground mode, it's set to crank, and then just press and hold the button. Now what if we feather it? Can we feather one of these? Right engine, right? Let's see what happens here, sports fans. Update number 1. Add window anti-ice. There you go. Definitely our handling has changed. That's always a good sign. Wonder will we get that prop speed down. I don't think that's feathered. Emergency stop. It's feathered. Just stop it. Jesus, Murph. I don't think it'll fully feather. Like, what's the RPM on our reading? It's at 10. We need it to drop completely. There's nothing else I can use to kind of slow it down anymore. Filthy, good to see you. Murph, you left the window rain in full dev mode. I saw that. Oh look, we de-iced the old thing though. It's actually maintaining a fair bit of speed just with one engine. That's not bad. That's impressive. 150 knots on one engine. I think it's a nice little plane. I really do. And like, they're very, very popular. I mean, you see tons of these around the place. Hey, Aaron is here. Good to see you. The thing looks like power isn't really an issue. Yeah, like, it's not going to, you know, it's not going to win any records for speed, but like, it'll happily plod along at around 160 knots. Like, on one engine, we're able to sustain 150 knots. That's not bad at all. But yeah, for a tenner, Dakey, you hit the nail on the head. Tony the Captain, good to see you. For the price of a tenner, you can't really complain with this. It's not bad. They need to fix one or two things. There's a small sound bug. The windshield anti-ice isn't working. The startup logic, it's not too bad. The right-hand side landing light doesn't turn off. Like, there's a couple of small little things. Kind of makes you worried when, you know, you test the stuff. You know what I mean? I can turn off the landing lights here. But you'll see that the... I'm turned off now, look. Hey, it actually turned off now. Interesting. Visually, it's stunning, lads. It really is. It's a beautiful, beautiful model of this aircraft. Like, when you talk about the looks of an airplane, it's and you know what Carenado can do in terms of modeling, it's superb. It's superb. And again, I like some of the options. I'm after leaving. You're wondering why it's raining. I had it on dev mode, so I'm after breaking it. But like, we talk about the interior. Actually, will more stuff pop in here if I load it? Payload. Empty? Full? No. Okay. But yeah, I mean, we can change this completely if we wanted to a passenger variant. And then turn her into like a modern cockpit that we're sporting a GNS 530. That's nice. I like that. These are small little things, but like you can have very different experiences with this plane if you're a cargo pilot running in the middle of the night in the lashings of rain, or you're taking people on a ferry flight. It's not bad, right? It's not bad. Pitch is weird too. On takeoff or as you're flying it? Feels about right to me. The trim wheel is very slow. Yeah, trims and all are working. Takeoff distance should be 2,100 feet. Just happy to see a GA cargo variant. Yeah, it's awesome. It's not bad. It needs work. I think we can all agree it needs a little bit of work. But for what you're getting for the price, it's a solid start for mini builds. I would say pick it up. You know, or maybe wait for a patch. But if you're looking forward to this plane, I think you're gonna have a decent experience in it, the way it currently is. And you know what I mean. If you need to have extra kind of peripherals to run the likes of avionics, you might come into a bit of bother. You know, it needs to be interacted with the mouse and the mouse alone, nothing else. Like I've switches down here that'll change the heading, the altitude, all that jazz. None of that works. So I'm sure there'll be an update at some stage, but there doesn't appear to be any kind of that's firefighting stuff. You know what I mean? The electrical system doesn't seem right to me. The interior lights aren't 100% right to me. I don't know. Is that supposed to be a door? Hello, person. I don't know. Is that supposed to be a door? Is that a handle, or is it just something to open up? I don't know. Hey, QC Frank is there. But I honestly think, lads, in its current build, and if you were looking forward to it, it's not bad, especially for the price. If this thing was 35 or 40 quid, you'd be saying, Jesus, lads. It's not. It's priced very reasonably, I think. So, yeah, I think you're going to have some fun with it. It's not a bad little machine, this. Is it only in the marketplace? Yeah, it's only in the Microsoft marketplace. Can we land it on one engine? This is going to be the crack here, lads. I really need to turn off that rain and the weather. That's going to bug me sideways. Hang on a second. Dev mode. Come back onto me. Tools. Options. Icing. Avia off. Oh no, get rid of the icing. Windshield rain. Get rid of that. Right. There we go. Exit. Go back. Resume. There we go. Jesus. Right, here we go. This should make a kind of a sporty landing. Any builds should be quick on the updates? Yeah, I think so. What makes it interesting though, I mean, how long has this aircraft been sitting waiting before release? You know what I mean? Does that... We've trick-or-treaters at the door. Right, Murph, try the impossible. What are we at, 150 knots? Power on stall, maybe? Whoop! I love the texture work. They've done an incredible job with the textures on this. The dirt and the glass, it's when you pick it up yourselves, you're gonna know. You're gonna know. Right. Can we get it down on one of the longest runways in Europe? It was a backup site for the space shuttle. That's how long Shannon is. Right, so Scott was saying, don't mess with the throttle too much. The thrust will help the tail authority, which appears to be 100% correct. Oh yeah, look at the difference here. What did we get? Minus 230 on the first landing. There's 150 on the second landing with only one engine. Now let's see if this engine feathers. Let's see if the prop actually feathers. How about it? Take it for a stop and let's see what happens. I don't think there's a way to feather it. Yeah, Sterling, 100%. Hey, Sticky Rice is here. Good to see you. What is live weather in Ireland? Not like this anyway. Let's have a look. It's wet. There you go. That'd be live weather now in Ireland. In the rain. Right now. How did that come back on? Is there any way to shut that off? I don't think you can feather it, lads. Oh wait, hang on, she nearly did. See that? Just another rainy Tuesday. Indeed it is. Italian Ang fan, it's good to see you. Welcome in, man. Welcome in. Right, lads, that kind of concludes what we were doing today. It was a quick stream just to see what this aircraft is all about. I hope you now can make an informed decision if you want to pick it up. I think you're going to like it. You know, I think, you know, there's maybe 5 things needed. They need to fix the light. They need to fix the sounds. They need to add the windshield anti-ice, right? And what else? There's a sound bug with the gear going up or down. I'm not sure I like the stall behaviour, and it's a little bit too quiet on the outside. But apart from that, ain't bad. Yeah, Storm Kieran is about to hit Ireland. It absolutely is, lads. It absolutely is. Right, 6 p.m. is my local time. It's time now to go away and have a bit of dinner, lads. So, let me say, what's up, Parade? For those of you on YouTube, lads, thank you very, very much indeed for joining in. I can speak English. Do be sure you hit now like on the old video, and if you haven't already, hit subscribe. And for those of us on Twitch, thank you very much indeed. We're back live tomorrow with the news, so looking forward to that. And it'll be fun. Yeah, it's time to go off and skate. My dad came in earlier on, two-tone senior, and like, you know the masks. You know I've masks. You know the Loggy mask. Yeah. He took them. I says, "What are you doing with them?" "I'm here to frighten the neighbours." Brilliant, says I. Brilliant. So right, hilarious. Right, for those on YouTube.